Hi, this is Ryan from Masuva. Today I wanted to talk about the location map add-on that we've developed for Concrete5. I'm going to go through its features and show how it works. There's two main reasons we developed this add-on. One was to provide more features than what the default Google Map block provides, so things like custom map markers and bubbles, but also we wanted to be able to add multiple map markers to a map and navigate them. So here's a quick demo of how it works. In the back end, we've got a map locations page, and inside here we define all the locations we want to store. I've already done this to save a bit of time. Adding a new location is pretty easy. We've got the location name, we've got the address, and what ends up happening is when you store the address, it will go off and look up the latitude and longitude and work out where it needs to sit on the map. We can go back in and manually edit. So if we find that this is just not quite sitting in the right spot, we can actually drag this and just adjust it and save it with manual coordinates if we need to. We can also adjust what will show in the bubble for each map icon on the map. So we can show the name, address, or a combination, or just the extended details. Sometimes you don't want to show the actual address automatically. You might want to customize it. So that's how we add locations in the back end. We go to the front end and add the block. We've got the map block down here. I'm going to put this in this spot here. Now we've actually got a lot of options here. These are under the features. These are the things that you can turn on and off with Google Maps. So it might be showing the scroll, the zoom controls, or turning off the scroll wheel. So those have been exposed. We've also got things like the map height, which you'd expect. I might just change this to make it a little bit bigger. We can change what map style is shown, and we can also do some sorting, which I'll talk about in a sec. So let's add this one with the defaults. You can see all the map markers that I've defined, map locations I've defined in the back end are shown at the same time. And let's have a look at what happens. Now these are here, and if I click on them, we can see that each one actually has its own individual bubble. So that gives us the detailed information. But underneath the map, we've also got this list that will, if you choose to use it, will show all of the locations, and you can click on the location to actually directly go to it. This is optional and can be turned off. What we can do though is we can edit this list and we can sort it and show some headings. So if I turn that on here, see, we've automatically sorted it by the state, and we've put some state headings in. So if you've got a whole bunch of locations across a country and you're wanting to group them by state, that's a really easy way to do it, and it will handle automatically. Publish this. We've also got some options such as the zoom out here. We've also got some geolocation, so if you click that, especially on a mobile where it might use the GPS, it will tell you which is the closest location. Yeah, so that's the main block features, but perhaps with this add-on, the more interesting features are to do with the map markers, and I'll have a look at those. In the back end here, we've got marker icons, and we can add custom icons directly through the interface here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick an image marker first. We've actually got two different options. We've got an image and a custom path, but I'll quickly show the map icon first. You can see that it's giving a preview of my map icon there, and I can adjust its anchor, and I can drag this just to work out. It's interesting. Drag this to work out whether or not its anchor point is correct, and that looks correct. It will automatically try and work that out and assume that from the image. So I'm going to add this marker here. Then if I go into the settings here, actually for marker icons, I can set that as the default marker across the site. So if I go back to the front end here, you'll find that that icon has been applied to all of my map markers here, map locations, and we can zoom in like that. Okay, so that's one way we can do map icons, but we can also do them using an SVG approach. So let's have a look at that. Click the wrong thing. Go into the marker icons here, and we'll add a new test path icon. Now if we pick this custom path, what we get is actually a whole series of presets, and we can build this up on the fly. So if I want that shape of marker, I can pick that. I could pick an orange color, and I could pick just a grey for the outline, and I might even want to make this just slightly transparent. I can do that, and I might want it just a little bit bigger. I can change the scale, and there we go, and we've got on the fly dynamic creation. But I can also change this to a different marker, so I could pick one of these different presets here. Ultimately, if you are handy with SVG and you know how to create or at least you can read SVG code, you can directly paste in an SVG path here. There's some notes in the documentation about where you'd find that, but there's quite a few markers here and they're fairly generic, so we'll save this one, and then if we adjust this one here, just say all the icons are going to be that orange one, we've got that showing up on the map there. Now what we can also do is we can specifically target the individual locations and give them different markers. So let's say I'll pick a random one here. I can say I want to use the test one, the image one first. Now let's see if I can find it. So somewhere in here we've got our image one, but we've also got the other one. So if you wanted to, you could provide a custom icon for every different map location you've got. You might want to represent the head office. You might be doing something like showing where your hotel business is, and you want to show points of interest around it, and you want to make them stand out differently from your hotel location. So that's something you can do. Okay, so that's that option there. And finally, we've also got the ability to do custom map styles. And on the web, there's quite a few websites, one of them being Snazzy Maps, which allows you to copy some pre-built styles for Google Maps. So if I go into Snazzy Maps here and I pick this grey one, I can copy the JSON code. I'll copy that there. What I can do is in the back end, I can go to the settings and I can paste in my JSON here, and you can see there's my preview. I'll save it here, and we've got a completely custom map. So for example, I could turn on and off a whole bunch of features. I could say I don't want the location list, I don't want the show all, I don't want geolocation, I want to turn off all the other bits and pieces that the map will support, so it's very bare bones, and that's it. So all those bits and pieces have been removed. And so that gives a whole range of different ways that you can use and style up a map on the website. You're not limited by either what the map markers look like or what the map itself looks like. So this add-on can be found on the Concrete5 marketplace. If you have any questions, please let us know. Cheers.